I would like to introduce So To High to all those who are not aware of it. I am Aditi Agarwal, founder at So To High. I founded So To High with an aim to know the journey of unsung achievers and put forward in various social media platforms. Today, I have with me a very young achiever who is the founder of Creative Facades. He listened to his heart and took up his passion for flowers to another level. How? So let's hear it from him. A very warm welcome, Rufus at So To High.
Yeah, thank you, Aditi. So yeah, coming. So let's say first of all, so I'm Rufus Royce de Silva.
Yeah.
So moreover, I'm a lettering artist and a digital creator.
Okay.
So as Aditi mentioned, my love for flowers. So basically, I did my hotel management in Bangalore at IIHM, and
Hmm.
I started working in Shangri-La Hotel Bangalore. And I was
Okay.
placed over there in the flower room. And why was I placed in the flower room was because when I went for a competition called as Worksha, that's an inter-college national level competition. It's held at Manipal University in Manipal itself. So over there, I actually won the first place out of 27 various colleges for the competition, and that's when I actually I started learning the names of flowers. In the starting, I had no idea what which flower is called what, as a basic layman person would know. Just like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, sunflower, rose, marigold, and all that thing was all that I knew. And when I started exploring flowers, I personally realized what my personal favorite flower was. And I'm sure not everyone maybe even knowing that name. It's calla lily. So you must have seen something like a very plastic kind of a structure, but it's an original flower, and it's very rare to be found in India, but you do get it. So yeah, and in terms of flowers and calligraphy, how did I mix it? So while I was working in the flower room of Shangri-La, I got an idea that why not to collaborate with this thing with something else. But I always knew that there is something else that was missing. And what was that? So while I was working, I came across a calligraphy workshop, and I started gaining interest into it. And as time went by, I decided to quit working and I decided to go full time on my own self. Like, yeah, it was a very tough, like, it had a lot of downs, a lot of ups, more downs. But slowly, everything started getting back on track. And then, what you can say, so yeah. So I came up with this concept called as fluorography, which I've patented as well. It
Okay.
was not an easy journey to patent it as well,
Mm-hmm.
because it's something a whole different concept itself, and I'm sure nowhere it's even available, and I'm sure it's not available right now also. So what is fluorography? Fluorography is basically writing calligraphy on flower stems with an engraver or a calligraphy nib with a very delicate touch to it. So
Okay.
not just flowers itself, but even on fruits as well.
Mm-hmm.
While ensuring so you must have seen something called as fruit carvings in the
Yeah.
similar manner, but calligraphy over it. Yeah,
Okay.
so
Got it.
that's what is fluorography all about.
Wow. Lovely. So, it is a new concept, and I don't think much people know about it. And a lot of people
Yes,
will be
yes.
interested to know it and try it also. All the artistic people we have in our country, they look forward to, try it. So, Rufus, tell us what is Lettering 360?
So lettering 360-degree is a different concept as well. So all this while, during the lockdown, when the lockdown started itself, is when I started getting an Instagram high boost. So previously, so like let's say in the month of March, I had like just 1,200 followers.
Mm-hmm.
And as time went on, people started being more interested into creativity because
Yeah.
everyone was trying to find something new.
Yeah.
And then with the help of like Instagram tools, that's the promotion tools, I actually started using that. I started investing money into it, and and as of now I have 10.5k followers.
Oh, that's
So it
amazing.
was a vast difference in in a span of 6 months.
Hmm.
And in the span of 6 months itself, I've had 800 plus students
Okay.
who have attended my various workshops. So now, actually, so as I say, I'm a lettering artist. So what I've always taught was fog calligraphy, pencil calligraphy, and spunky flourishing is another my own concept as well. So
Okay.
it's trademarked. It's something different. It's how you can flourish. So what exactly flourishing is? Flourishing is like adding various strands to it. But whereas lettering 360 degree is something whole new different. So in this workshop, anyone who ever signs up in it will be learning more than 10 different scripts and fonts. So what we always know is, as people inquire also, like for the workshop, what fonts we'll be learning. But
Mm-hmm.
whereas when it comes to proper handwritten things, it's not fonts, it's called as scripts. Whereas people do find it very confusing. Why is it called as scripts? Because first of all, when you're doing it with your hand, it's not a font. Font is something that's ready made and given to you.
Yeah.
That's digital. So whereas script, so all those kind of fonts itself, we ourselves will be learning to hand write them. So it'll
Okay.
be a whole different concept. I can actually show you a rough workbook for it. I'm actually working on it. So I'll just immediately just show you a workbook
Yeah.
for it. Just
Please
a
do.
minute.
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, here it is. So as you can see, lettering 360 degree,
Mm-hmm.
and I've collaborated with Artzo. So the paper is by Artloop. It's their own personal brand. And so as you go ahead, like, so this is what we'll be calling as a grid. So in this angles and all. So why do we have this eight kind of a shape? For example, the alphabet B, if we are lettering, we draw it over here. We get the proper grid lines and we get the support to it. And
Okay.
for example, these are the fonts. A few fonts that I can show. So this one. Then we have something as called as a S floral. So you can see like something like this.
Okay.
So like how to add floral designs to your
To the
alphabets and make it look more elegant. Then ahead, I'll just show a few. So this is basically more of a flourished letterings.
This is written by you or it is printed?
Yes, yes, it's written by me and it's scanned and it's put into the workbook.
Okay.
So
Beautiful.
there are many other, like in total there will be more than 10 fonts that we'll be learning. So we have the proper authentic Gothic as well. Just a minute. So the Gothic. Yeah, so this is the Gothic script. So
Yeah.
this, instead of using the Gothic nib, we'll be learning how to do it with the micron itself.
Okay.
So there are various different kind of things that we'll be learning in the lettering 360 degree. So how did I come with the concept of lettering 360 degree and why 360? Because as we know, our earth itself is shaped in a 360 degree format.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever we see around, we see something or the other that is lettered. But we want to do something exactly like that. But what happens is we do not have the proper equal line gapping and we do often get confused. So even when I started off, even if I was trying to letter something, it would be big over here and going towards the end, it would be small.
Well, yes, it
And
has.
that happens with everyone. So how to draw the proper grid line for that also? So example, this is one of the grid, but there are many more grids also. And like, so whenever we learn, I'll not only be teaching how to write on a straight line, but even in the whole 360-degree angle, like in a circle itself, how you can letter it off. If you're going to write it in a 360-degree format, how and when should it bend, where should it bend, at what degree it should bend. So all that things is going to be taught in detail. So even if anyone who's not at all doesn't have an idea at all about lettering or doesn't have an idea at all about calligraphy can surely attend this thing because everything's going to be taught right from the scratch. So yeah,
And
that's about lettering 360 degree.
these are the books you have prepared for the class?
Yes, yes, ma'am. This is the workbook.
Okay. And are you teaching fluorography also?
Fluorography, actually, I've not started teaching at. I'm not at that level where I'm going to start teaching because
Okay.
what happens is not everyone will be able to get the proper tools. And fluorography is something that is to be taught in person, not over this or like what do you say over Zoom or something. Because what happens is if you do not have a personal touch on it, you'll not be able to understand how much pressure is required.
Mm-hmm.
So the same thing when applies with copper plate calligraphy. Whereas when I do take the workshop for copper plate calligraphy, many people do have the problem of the pressure because calligraphy basic rule is you go thin upwards and you come thick downwards. So the thick downwards is something very difficult for everyone to attain it, and so that is why there are few certain things where like it cannot be taught online. It's to be taught offline itself.
And where have you learned calligraphy and these different art forms?
Okay, so calligraphy, I started off. My first workshop was in the year 2018 in
Oh,
May, I guess. And that I did from Bombay Lettering Company. So
mm,
Sanjana Chatlani. So she's one of my inspirations. She'll always be one of my inspiration. Her work is so perfect, and even she's also a young entrepreneur itself. So that
Okay.
was the first workshop I attended, and then when I started having more attraction towards calligraphy, I wanted to learn it even more. So then I signed up for a course in Switzerland and in Philippines from Logos Calligraphy. So I
Okay.
did that thing on online itself. It was a whole course of 45 days, and it was a lot of patience because if you see my handwriting, it's literally the worst handwriting you'll see. And if you see my calligraphy, I won't say it's the best, but it's somewhere going in progress. When I was a kid, so I stayed in Silvassa. So over there, like it's very near to Gujarat, and this Gujarat, there's a snacks called as fafda. So my
Oh,
tuition teacher would always call my handwriting Patel no fafda. So the
okay.
fafdas used to be like this big in size, and it would be
Yeah.
messy in shape in shape and size. So that was what was about my handwriting. Even when I told my mother that I want to start something into calligraphy, she's like, "You are going to do something into handwriting." I'm like, "Yeah, because I'm trying to be good at it."
Yeah.
So yeah, people do get confused between handwriting and calligraphy. Calligraphy is something that you do in a very meditative process. You have to be very slow in your process. You first of all, for the pressure itself, you have to go very slow because if you go fast, what happens is you tend to scrape off the nib or you tend to scrape off the paper, and we
Yeah.
do not want that to happen. But whereas handwriting is something when you're taking down notes, you write off fast. Calligraphy is more of a meditative process.
Wow. So in a very short span, I think you have learned so many things, and it is your hard work
Yeah.
that you have done, achieved so much in some 2 years of time. What else you
That's
are doing with
amazing.
all these things?
So apart from all this, so I've even started to diversify my brand into events also. So not large scale events, but small scale events. And so me coming from a middle class family, I always had like so there would be some things that would attract my eye, but as they say, right, money cannot buy everything. But I, as a brand, want to provide in low budget everything. That's my main motto because I was a kid, I would see something so many fancy things, but I would not be able to attain it because my parents couldn't afford it, or otherwise some or the other reason would come up.
Yeah.
But me, as I personally know how it feels, and nowadays there are so many events happening,
Hmm.
and if you see on a basic scale itself, it would be around so out of budget for any random middle class person that we have to not think once, not twice, but hundred of times that if we are able to do it. So
Yes.
so me as a brand, even if you see my ratings are not that on a higher scale, even my copper plate calligraphy classes, I take it for 10 days, and
Okay.
it's not that I'm trying to make it as a lower price, but I want to make it more affordable because this kind of art form is something on so rare into the country. People
Yeah.
hardly take a pen and even put it on the paper nowadays. Everything is typed on the laptop or typed on your
Everything.
iPad, on the phone. So like because what happens is all these things are so on a pricier side and no one can actually afford it. But as a brand, my main motto will be to be affordable more than anything else.
Yeah.
So
So,
apart from calligraphy, there's events, then there's fluorography. So somewhere down the line, within a 1 year or something,
mm,
I do have a goal that I want to open a fluorography studio itself.
wow.
So that would be the first in the world, not just the nation.
Wow. And so too high wishes all the best to you and big congratulations for starting with fluorography and excelling it in.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so all the best, Rufus, to you. And it was great talking to you
Thank you,
and
Aditi.
seeing your journey and your talent.
Same here,
And
Aditi.
it's really very inspirational.
Yeah, thank you, Aditi. Same here.
Yeah.